Hello there, welcome back once more for another beer review. Welcome to Psyance. Today we're going to be reviewing a can of Mr. Pink by Tool Brewery, or Tuel. Not quite sure how you pronounce that, but that's what it is. That's the brewery name there. But this is a Berlin style Weiss beer with lychee and pink guava, and it is coming in at a lowly 4.5% ABV. So let's get this into a glass, see what we get. Now, I've had this a couple of times before. I remember the first time I tried it, come across it randomly, and I just, to be honest, I like the look of the can. Tried it, it was weird, it was only a low beer. Absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was one of the best beers I've ever tasted. I've had it again a couple of times since, but I've had quite a few more styles of this beer, in the past now, and I was a bit more subdued. But having said that, I'm still really looking forward to it. I think it's still one of my favourites. It took me a while to find it, so again, but slightly cloudy like a normal Weiss beer is. Look at that, it is holding a bit of head even though I slightly poured it, but lovely gold orangey colour, and the smell of the lychees comes off immediately as you pour it. But let's see if we can get anything else other than lychees, because the lychees are you can smell the guava clashing with the lychee. It goes a bit sweet, then it goes a little bit sort of earthy, veggie sort of smell. I know this might put some people off, but subtlest hint of like broccoli, but it's like a veggie taste, like veggie smell, sorry. But that lychee is delicious. Head's dissipating now. Very light carbonation, I can see going up the side of the glass. But it's very strange because you've got the sweetness of a lychee, and that starts to come through, and then as you go, oh lychee, oh no, bit more bitter, but it smells amazing, and I'm tickling my nose here with the glass. Oh yeah, so let's get a taste. Cheers. Oh, it's only the style of a Weiss beer. It tastes nothing like a Weiss beer. Excuse me. It hits you almost like a bit like a sour beer, or like a goza, or however you want to pronounce it. That's how I pronounce it anyway. And sorry, I've got a real itch. I think it's this moustache. I need to trim it down. It hits you a bit like that when you first put it in your mouth. It hits you with that sort of sourness, and then you get that sort of bitter IPA, fruity, and then all of a sudden the lychee, the sweetness hits you. Oh, but you can't get away from that. I mean, I'm not getting too much else. They're the most obvious flavours. Nah, that's all I'm getting. It's so powerful. That punch is of that sweet and bitter. It's so there. It's so obvious. If I was really trying to imagine it, there might be a hint of lemon in there. I guess just then I got like the sort of like the malty, not like the, like a yeasty smell, or like a malty smell. Like you get off a normal glass of bitter. Only very slight though. I think that balances well. Quite a lot of carbonation, and more than you can see. You can quite gassy at the same time. But I like this label. can get it to focus properly with all the different numbers on and letters. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what the numbers and the letters mean. If someone can fill me in on that. Maybe it's a brew number, batch number, but although, was I right in saying or researching that actually that's to do with the name of the beer, the letters, and you know, and then they just called it Mr. Pink because it made it easier. I heard that one as a rumour, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Apparently this is actually brewed in Belgium at another brewery, but I believe Tool is a Norwegian or Swedish brewery. I think I'm right in saying it's a 500ml can. But there's this term going around about gypsy brewers, where a brewery, they could be based somewhere but they use all the breweries or collaborate breweries and then they brew their beer for them. I think the idea was to keep their beer as fresh as possible and get it into many markets or something like that. This is what it says else on the can. Enjoying everything subtle and elegant, a velvet crisp Berliner Weiss brewed with lychee and pink guava, balanced with wheat and tropical hops. And that's true, because that wheaty taste, that's what I was sort of getting, that like where you get on a normal bitter. Definitely get the guava and the lychee, and I suppose you get the tropical flavour from that as well. You know, I've got a bit of lemon in there as well. So I know that's more citrusy, you know, but the flavours definitely come through. But it is a little bit gassy. Oh, that is delicious. Now, I have said in other reviews in the past, when I've reviewed slightly stronger beers, you can see a lot of carbonation. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but there's loads of it racing straight up to that head there. But I have said in the past where slightly stronger like IPAs and stuff like that, and you're like, well, why is it 8% or 9% or 7%? And you're like, if it was lighter, it'd be really enjoyed as a session beer and you could really enjoy it. This, you can do that. That can be enjoyed as a lovely constant session beer, and it's not too overpowering. Yes, it's quite sweet, but it's not too bad. It's filling with the carbonation, but you could sit there and enjoy a few cans of that, and depending on your tolerance levels, you can really enjoy that. Whereas there's no kick of the alcoholic strength, whereas in some it is. So if you've never tried it, get that. They do a series of these, I believe. I've also got another one of these that I have tried and I've got to review, called Mr. Blue. And I've got one of them, that's another fruity one, and I think there's another one, but I can't, another in the series, but I've not tried that. I believe I'm right in saying. Apologies with the camera, I've still not sorted out these settings yet, and I've had to play around with it, but I'm not sure how to keep it from trying to focus. So, but anyway, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this can. So, definitely out of 10, that is one of my all-time favourite beers. I'm going to give that, for me, a 10 out of 10. I love the lychee flavour anyway. Tool, Mr. Pink, 10 out of 10 from Psyance. Definitely, if you can find a can of that, definitely try one. And if you're into lychee flavour or big, hoppy, fruity flavours, you're going to love that. So, get one. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.